Cloud computing is a paradigm that enables users to access and utilize computing resources over the internet on demand. These resources include servers, storage, databases, networking, and software applications. The cloud service model offers several advantages, such as cost efficiency, scalability, flexibility, and reduced maintenance overhead. Infrastructure as a Service, IaaS, is a cloud computing model that offers virtualized computing resources via the internet. Users can rent virtual machines, storage, and networking components from cloud providers, retaining full control over the operating system and applications on the virtual machines. A practical example of IaaS is creating a virtual machine on Amazon Web Services, AWS, where users sign into their AWS account, access the EC2 dashboard, choose an Amazon Machine Image, AMI, for the OS, configure instance details, set up security groups, and then launch the instance, resulting in a fully functional virtual machine. Platform as a Service, PaaS, is a cloud computing model that provides a platform to develop, run, and manage applications without dealing with the complexities of underlying infrastructure. Developers can focus solely on coding and deploying applications as the platform handles server management. A practical instance of PaaS is deploying a web application on Microsoft Azure. Users sign into their Azure account, access the App Services dashboard, create a new web application, choose a runtime stack, configure app settings, and deploy their code using Git, Azure DevOps, or other methods, leaving Azure to host and manage the application as a platform service. Software as a Service, SaaS, is a cloud computing model that delivers software applications over the internet through subscriptions. Users can access these applications via web browsers, while the provider handles maintenance, updates, and security. An example of SaaS is Google Workspace, formerly G Suite, where users sign up for the service, select a subscription plan, and can then use applications like Gmail, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Drive through their web browsers. The platform facilitates real-time collaboration on documents, spreadsheets, and presentations, with Google taking care of application updates, data storage, and security, thereby enabling users to focus on productivity. Virtualization is the process of creating a virtual representation of a physical resource, such as servers, storage devices, or network resources. By using virtualization software, multiple virtual instances can run on a single physical resource, optimizing resource utilization and reducing hardware costs. Server virtualization is a technique that involves partitioning a physical server into multiple virtual servers using a hypervisor. The hypervisor acts as a layer between the hardware and the virtual machines, VMs, enabling each VM to run its independent operating system. A practical example of server virtualization is using VMware vSphere. The process includes installing VMware vSphere Hypervisor, XE, on the physical server, connecting to the ESXi host via the vSphere client, creating virtual machines with allocated CPU, memory, and storage resources, installing the desired OS on each VM, and ultimately running multiple virtual machines on the same physical server, leading to resource consolidation and increased efficiency. Network virtualization is a technology that allows the creation of virtual networks on top of a physical network infrastructure. It facilitates better network segmentation and management, enabling multiple virtual networks to coexist on the same physical network. A practical instance of network virtualization is implementing virtual LANs, VLANs, on a switch. This involves accessing the switch's configuration interface, creating VLANs, and assigning specific ports to each VLAN. Trunk ports are configured to enable the passage of multiple VLAN traffic between switches, and devices connected to ports assigned to the same VLAN act as if they belong to the same network, even if physically separated. Storage virtualization is a method that abstracts physical storage devices, creating virtual storage pools that can be easily managed. This allows flexible allocation of storage resources as needed, simplifying storage management tasks. A practical example of storage virtualization is using storage area networks, SANs. The process includes setting up a SAN with storage arrays and disk enclosures, creating virtual storage volumes, VLANs, from the physical storage pool, presenting these virtual storage volumes to servers for utilization, and then using storage management software to efficiently manage and allocate storage resources based on requirements. SDN is a network architecture that separates the control plane from the data plane, allowing centralized control and programmability of the network. By decoupling the control logic from the network devices, SDN enables dynamic network management and provisioning. An SDN controller serves as the central brain of a software-defined networking (SDN) system, responsible for network management and decision-making based on network state and policies. It communicates with network devices using southbound APIs, allowing it to control how traffic is forwarded and managed throughout the network. An example of an SDN controller is the Open Daylight controller, which can be installed on a dedicated server or virtual machine. Once connected to network devices through protocols like OpenFlow, it can dynamically configure network policies and traffic flows using a web-based GUI or REST APIs. Southbound APIs are interfaces that enable communication between the SDN controller and network devices, instructing them on how to handle and forward network traffic. One of the most widely used southbound APIs in SDN is OpenFlow. To implement OpenFlow on a switch, you first enable OpenFlow support on the switch. Then, you configure flow rules using the OpenFlow protocol, defining how the switch should process incoming packets. With these rules in place, the switch can now forward traffic according to the instructions received from the SDN controller. Northbound APIs allow external applications and services to communicate with the SDN controller, facilitating dynamic network management and automation. These APIs enable applications to interact with the SDN controller and leverage its capabilities to achieve specific network behavior. For instance, an SDN application can be developed using programming languages like Python or Java, which communicates with the SDN controller through northbound APIs. This application can then request the SDN controller to perform particular network actions, such as adding or modifying flow rules, to achieve the desired network behavior, effectively allowing programmable and flexible control over the network infrastructure. We hope this video helped you on your journey towards becoming a cybersecurity expert. Remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest content. And if you found our videos helpful, please give us a thumbs up and share them with your friends and colleagues. Don't forget to check out the links and description for our Anki flashcards and to donate